Hello and welcome! So, I think that I figured out a new PvP meta. Well, it wasn't really me, it was like other people that killed me and made me understand that the old meta is back. So yes, I'm talking about the Talon with two C788 cannons. And yes, it is an old meta, but it's back again, and yes, I didn't figure it out, it was other people, but I'm making a video about it, so you guys could know about the meta too. You can't really call it a meta because you can also use distortions and stuff like that, but you'll see in the video what I'm talking about. So let's just roll the intro and let's talk about it.
Hello, my name is Grumpy. Got the grumpy eye. Got the grumpy. Got the grumpy eye. Grumpy. Got the grumpy eye. Got the grumpy eye.
Alright, so back in 3.13 and 3.12, I was flying with a mouse and keyboard, and I could have battled like 5 to like 7 guys at a time, at the same time. They were like attacking also. It actually happened, and I was in the Talon with like double C788 cannons. And everybody was jousting, and you can just joust through them and deal a lot of ballistic damage to them. But after that, in 3.14, the C788 got nerfed. They got nerfed to the ground. But as you can see, they are back, baby. And oh, I'm fucking glad about that. So, if you saw that, rewind if you don't fucking believe me, but it took me 3 shots or like 6 rounds because you have double C788 guns. But I'm just gonna talk about like a shot is gonna be a trigger pull. So it took me 3 shots to destroy the shield components on the Saber Raven. So basically what this thing does is, by the way, my friend wanted to fight here, he was in a site, and just watch what happens. Anyway, what happens now with C788s, they penetrate through the shields as any other ballistic round does, but they have splash damage because of the explosion, because they are like high explosive rounds, right? So that explosion gets trapped under the shield, and it deals a lot of component damage. And those components, when they get damaged, and when they go, like when their health goes to 0, they're gone. That's it. It's a good night. It's a buenas noches. It's a guten Nacht. It's fucking la noche. I mean, you get the point. There's a few more ships that we tested it on, but the results are pretty much the same. Like all the medium and small fighters lose their shields after 3 shots, as you saw with the scythe. After the 5th or 4th shot, they lose control. And like this, the next shot, they lose power, and after that, they're dead. I mean, once you lose the shields, you're pretty much dead. Once you lose control, yeah, you're dead. And there's pretty much no counter to that. The way I figured this out is we fought another orc, a pirate orc, over Jumptown, and I was in a hurricane with my friends, and dudes, like, we were wrecking everyone, but I was like, oh, there's a Talon, yeah, he's an easy prey, I don't care about the Talons, just, like, don't engage him, just fucking ignore him. Oh, he has the C788s, oh, they're still fucking nerfed to the ground, just ignore them. 3 shots, it took him like 3 to fucking 6 shots, and we lost power and we were dead. We were just falling down to the ground, and it was like matter of time when we would like either hit the ground or somebody would kill us. So if you're in an org and if you like PvPing with your friends, yeah, this is the build you want to go for. Because as you can see with the Ares Inferno, it took me 14 shots to like deal enough damage to take the shields down, and when the components are dead, when the shields are down, they're down. They're not coming back up. And you can do it through the shields. 14 shots. 38 shots, or like double that because it's like 38 trigger pulls times 2 because like the Talon has 2 guns. But 38 shots was enough to kill it. With the Redeemer, it took me 10 shots to fucking take the shields down. I just didn't go any further because like there was no point. And of course, there is some skill involved. So first off, you need to know how to fly and how to be really close to the target, to the enemy. Second thing, you need to like the velocity of the C788 or any other cannon is like 700 meters, which is like the half of the velocity that the repeaters have. So it's really hard to hit a moving target if it's like moving left to right. But if you're forcing a joust, or if you are just like a good pilot that can stay on target, yeah, that's not gonna be an issue for you. Like even if it's a arrow or a gladius, it shouldn't be a real issue for you. The second thing that I figured out is that like you need to aim for like you need to know where the components are stored on different ships, so you need to aim for them basically. Maybe not, because I didn't we didn't do like extensive testing, but it looked like that you really need to aim for the components. Well, with some ships it's easier because they're smaller, and wherever you hit them it's gonna be right next to the components, and that's why the small fighters suffer more from this meta. And the bigger ships, yeah, you gotta know where the components are, at least from what I know. But I have noticed that some ships are basically impenetrable, and that you can't really disable their components, because I first thought that it had something to do like with the hull HP, but when I looked at the stats, yeah, maybe, but some of the ships that I shot just didn't lose any components. So we have an A2 that we shot up, and it just, like, the shields wouldn't go down, and I was dealing basically no component damage for some reason, even though I was aiming at the components. The Hammerhead, on the other hand, that has more hull HP than the A2, it lost its shields in 49 shots. And you just saw me decimate a 600i, and it took me 25 shots or 25 trigger pulls to get the shields down or to destroy the shield components. It took me 30 shots to do to cut off his engines, and once the engines are out, that's it. He can't move, he's fucked. And it took me 40 shots or 40 trigger pulls to kill him. And I would say that it is overpowered, but like 600i, for some reason, its hull HP is lower than the fucking Warden, or basically any other Vanguard. So if CAG like changes the hull HP of the 600i, that would be fucking amazing. But we tried it like with the Gladius. It took me 3 shots to take the shields down. It took me a few more shots to kill it. And like I know, because I felt it on my skin, that the Hurricane dies in like 6 shots tops, or the power goes out and you're fucked then. So yeah, I believe that this is gonna be the new meta, or that this is a new meta, but like nobody's talking about it, and that's why I'm talking about it right now. Now, you may say, well, yeah, Grumpy, but like 49 shots for the Hammerhead, that's just too much. You're probably gonna get like killed before that or whatever. But yes, yeah, even if you don't get killed, if you're skilled enough to like dodge the turret gunners, it still leaves you with like 51 shots if you had a full clip. And then what? You can't really kill a Hammerhead with 51 shots. But what you can do, if you're a part of an orc, you can disable the shields and they can EMP the Hammerhead. And that's it. Goodbye to the Hammerhead. And then you can just feast on it if you wanted to. I'm still not sure why the A2 didn't work. I gotta test it out a bit more. And yeah, we tried it on the A90 jump, but yeah, nothing. Like, it just lost after like, I don't know, 50 or 60 shots. It lost some gun components, and he couldn't fire some missiles, and that's basically it. But you might say, like, why don't you just use the distortions? Because like, distortions are really good for that. You can just shut down the ship. Yeah, but it shuts it down for some time. And people, like, once they see distortion damage on their MFDs, they just run. And with the C788s, when you lose something, it's lost. It's gone. It's goodbye. It's buenos dias. I mean, you get the fucking point. So You may ask me also, well, which ships should I use this on? Well, to be honest, I have no idea. Like, I love the Talon. The Talon is really maneuverable, but like once it loses a wingtip, it's done. And yeah, you can't really fly it anymore, and you're just like dead meat. But at least it's like maneuverable enough so you don't get shot that much. Because like the other obvious choice would be the Cartual, and I love the Cartual. And I suggest you try the Cartual only if you're really fucking good at flying, because your whole front section is the cross section, and it's like shooting a brick house. Like you can't fucking miss it. But with the Talon, like its profile, its front profile is so small that like you gotta go around it or get some top shots on it so you can shoot it at the cross section. So yeah, Talon is probably the best one. The other ones that you can try are obviously the Vanguards, but I'm not sure that that's gonna really work, because like with the cannons you really need to be maneuverable, and you really need to be like close and personal so you don't miss, and you really need to know how and when to place those shots, and it's gonna be really hard with the Vanguards. But you can also try it with the Buccaneer or the Hornets, but like it's just a single cannon. It's the same with the Vanguards, so why even try it when you can just get a Talon with like dual size 4s, and that's it. By the way, do not buy or like invest your time into grinding for the Talon Shrike, because it's a piece of shit. And that is it for today, guys. Thank you for watching, and a special thanks to my patrons. They're fucking awesome and amazing, and I love them. If you want to become a patron, you can click on the link down below in the info section, and you can support the channel with that, or like there's some like super emoticons, I don't know what they're called, when the video goes up as a premiere, and like yeah, you know, all of that stuff. So anyway, thank you for watching, and don't forget to bring a towel when you're traveling through space, and obviously subscribe. Oh, I'm so glad that this could be the new meta. Like, there's no actual metas, but yeah, it is pretty much a meta. But anyway, thank you, love you, goodbye. Mwah.